Hello everybody, Dr. Tanner here, and today I'm going to show you how to use the style sheets so that your table of contents on your dissertation reflect what they should reflect. Okay, for this example, I'm using the qualitative dissertation template. You have access to both the qualitative and the quantitative dissertation templates. You'll just fill out this cover page, and it'll be formatted for APA 7. And then leave this page the same, put in your chair's name, your methodologist's name, and your content expert's name once you get your committee. Before I get going, I am going to click on this button right here. It's the Show Hide button. And I want to show you a couple things. See these little blue backwards looking P things? You get one of those every time you press enter. So I'm going to press enter. You see I got another one. Okay? That's important, and we'll talk about its importance later, but it's not really related to styles. The second thing I do is I go up here and I pop out the styles pane. I've got my styles on the right hand side, and the only styles you need are normal, heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. Do not use heading 4 or heading 5 here because they won't format properly. Okay, so you'll notice that this heading, approval for recommendation, has the style heading no TOC. That means that this heading will not appear in the table of contents. We've got acknowledgements, that's heading 1. Abstract is heading 1. You'll notice the little black box over here. That does not print. That just shows up when you do the show formatting button here. Okay? So you know there's a heading because it's a black box. And then you've got your table of contents. These are all of the things that are currently in the table of contents. We're going to mess up the table of contents here in a second so that you can see if you don't have the appropriate headings from your style sheet. Okay, list of tables. Again, you don't want the list of tables to be in your table of contents, so you can either format that yourselves or you can use the heading no table of contents. I'm going to put my mouse over here on the left till it turns into an arrow that highlights the line, and now I can put heading no table of contents. Same thing for the list of figures. That just means that they are headings, they're level 1 headings, but they will not appear in the table of contents. All right, chapter 1, introduction. That's a level 1 heading. Overview of the study topic. That's a level 2 heading. Background and problem statement, level 2 heading. Purpose of the study, level 2 heading. Significance of the study, level 2 heading. All these are level 2 headings. You'll notice at the end of each chapter, there's a page break. You just go up here and go insert page break. And that's how you get the page break, if you need one. Chapter 2, review of literature. That's a level 1 heading. Introduction is level 2, search strategy is level 2, literature covering the framework is level 2. This is a level 3 heading. See how it says heading 3? Then these next headings are level 4 headings. So what you do is you start off with normal text and you type the name of your heading. Notice the capitalization here, and you put a dot at the end of it. And then you go back and you make this bold and continue your paragraph following that dot. Level 5 headings are the same as level 3 headings, except for they're in italic font. Then you've got your chapter 3, your chapter 4, oh, there's a table, your expert review, your field test, all the good stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to mess up the table of contents. I'm going to take all of these headings, I'm going to format them as normal text. Let's go up real quick and look at chapter 3 in the table of contents and see what it looks like. I haven't done anything yet. All right, there's your chapter 3, introduction, research, overview. These are your level 3 headings. Validity and reliability, these are all your level 3 headings. I'm going to go back to what I've selected. I'll show you what this looks like. So if you go here and you tell it to clear all the formatting, now nothing is formatted. Okay, so we go back up. Let me click on the home button. We go back up to the top. Right now, the table of contents will look the same. So the quickest way to update your table of contents is to go to References and click this Update Table, and then tell it to update the entire table. I must not have highlighted the Chapter 3. Now you've got Chapter 3, Procedures and Methodology, Introduction, and then it goes to Researcher Positionality, Sampling Strategy, Recruitment Plan, etc. You've got your heading here, and that's still a heading 1. Your introduction is still a heading 2. This text should be normal, so we're going to make that normal. Research Overview, that was a level 2 heading, so you go down here to your headings, and you say heading 2. And then your text, again, is normal. You go back over here, you say normal. Your qualitative methodology is a heading 2. Now there's an easier way to format a whole bunch of headings at once. I'm going to show you that. So this is already a level 2 heading, right? So you go here, we are going to go to the Home tab. We're going to double click on the paintbrush. So now I have a paintbrush and it's fully loaded. See my paintbrush icon there floating around? That means it will stay loaded with that style until I go back up and click up here to turn the paintbrush off. So now I'm going to go like this. See my arrow? And I'm going to click my headings. Researcher positionality was already set. So I'm going to click off of the paintbrush to unload it. See, I've got a normal cursor now. And if you remember, I formatted this one as a normal style, which means you don't have to press tab to get the indent. It'll automatically indent it for you. And now I'm going to load my paintbrush. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say normal, normal. See how the styles are changing over here? Normal. So that's done. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back up to my table of contents. And you don't even have to go back up there to do this part. You can just go here. You can do it from anywhere in the paper, as long as you save your changes. And then you go to References, Update Table, update the entire table. Okay. And there you go. Now you've got your introduction and all of your level 2 headings. Now, were these level 2 headings before? I don't remember. I don't think these are all level 2 headings. I think some of them might have been level 3. But that's okay. That's a problem for, you know, for you to figure out by looking at the original template. Chapter 3, Procedures and Methodology. For example, I know that this one is a level 3 heading. I'm going to go home, double click on my paintbrush, level 3 heading, level 3 heading, level 3 heading. There we go. Save. Now let's go back up to the table of contents so you can see what happened. All right, that was this big section right here we just changed. So there's another way that you can update your table of contents, and that's if you right click on it. You can say update field, update entire table. Okay, so now you see if you go down here, credibility, dependability, and transferability are indented because they're now level 3 headings. A lot of students have a problem where in their table of contents, they've got like a paragraph of text in here instead of just the heading. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate how that error happens. I'm just going to copy this text right here and paste it a bunch of times. I'm going to put it right here at the background and problem. Paste, 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 paste. Okay, now we've got a paragraph of text. So sometimes what happens is this ends up being a heading 2, and then students, because they know it's not supposed to be bold, will go and they'll just make it not bold. So we'll just click off the bold. And so you might think, okay, now I fixed my mistake. But have you fixed your mistake, right? Let's save it. Let's go back up to the table of contents. And there's what it looks like right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to update it. Update the entire table. Okay. Aha. See this paragraph of text in here? Right here? When I click on it, it takes me to that paragraph. But that paragraph of text does not belong in your table of contents. So when you see that, all you have to do is click on the paragraph of text. It'll take you to that text when it still had the level 2 heading applied to it. Press enter and then click normal. And it reverts back to the normal style. Okay. Now, remember I was talking earlier about these blue backwards P marks? Those are important when we get down here to the reference list. Oh, let me pause here for a second. Those of you who are using tables, which will be everybody, you must format your table for APA 7. And I've given most of you who have submitted papers with wrong table formatting a link to a YouTube video to show you how to format them the right way. But this is what it'll look like. You'll have the name of the table, like table 3, table 5, table 97. That'll be bold. You'll double space. Below that, you'll put the title of your table in italic. Okay? And then you start your table, except for the only thing is you don't have any borders except for the borders around the first row, okay, and the bottom border. And then your table will have a double space before it, which this doesn't matter because it's doesn't have text above it, but you'll have a double space before your table, and then an extra blank line, so one blue paragraph mark after your table, after your notes. All right, let me go back all the way down to show you what the references look like. Figures also. I'm all over the place today. Figures also will have a figure name, a figure title, and then the figure. It'll be a double space after the table. And if you've included the table in your text, it'll be a double space before the figure. I think I said table earlier, but you know I meant figure. Okay, let's go down to the references. This one doesn't have any references. Okay, I am going to go grab a reference. I'm going to press Control Enter to get a new page. And we are going to title this new page References. And it does need to show up on your table of contents, so we'll make sure it's formatted with a heading 1. I'm just going to hop on to Google Scholar, and we'll just pick that one. We'll go Cite. We'll copy the APA 7. And then we're going to go here, and then I'm going to paste my reference in here. I'm going to grab my URL for this. This one doesn't have a DOI, but it does have a URL. So we're going to go here. We're going to go paste. When we press enter, it becomes a hyperlink. I'm going to select it. I'm going to hit Control T. That turns it into a, whoops. You know what? I think there's a references style. Boom. References. And then just make sure that this hyperlink is also Times New Roman 12 point. Times New Roman 12 point. There you go. And make sure that when you hover over it, it has a link. And you can click the link. You can go there, make sure that that is the exact name of the article. and then these are the exact authors and the year of publication. That's all the, stuff that's a you problem. You have to check those. But what I wanted to show you about this paragraph mark, I'll press enter. Now I'm ready for my next reference. I see a lot of people doing this, and most of you have already figured out this part. A lot of people will type their reference in there, and then they'll press enter, and then they'll put the second line of their reference in there, and they'll press enter, and then they'll put the third line of their reference in there, and then they'll press enter. And now you've got a hard return here, a hard return here, and a hard return here. And then the people that do this just press tab here and they press tab here. That is not the way to get a hanging indent. And it's not, because when you plug this paper into ReciteWorks, you will find out that ReciteWorks thinks that this is a reference, it thinks that this is a reference, and it thinks that this is a reference. Okay? So if you run into that problem, look for these little blue things and delete them. Okay? And now you've got your reference. All right, as you're doing your references, eyeball them for capitalization. This one is perfect. You've got your journal name in italics, perfect. You've got your volume number in italics. Your issue number is not in italics. This should actually be an N dash. If you don't know how to use an N dash, it's Control Shift minus on a PC or Option minus on a Mac. So again, that'll look like this. That's an N dash. It's not an M dash, the kind that AI gives you. It's a little bit shorter than that. All right, and then I've got one more tip that I'm going to share with you. Your tables. And here's your link for the YouTube video for the tables. Okay? So if you don't know how to APA 7 format a table, now you've got access to that link too. All right, that's all I have for you. Remember to use your style sheet. You can close it, you can pop it out, close it, pop it out. Okay? I hope this helps. Bye-bye.